A rooter to toot, a boodle to doot. Welcome back again, you idiot fuck bastards. It's disgusted yet satisfied. I am your host, Snake Mitchelltree. Along with me, as always, Peachy.
What up, fuckheads?
And thank you for joining us, you fuckheads. It is time for the Super Bowl. We are done with all of the week's prior, and as you can see, there is only two teams left. But of course, before we even get into that, there's a lot to get into about what are we disgusted yet satisfied with in those conference championship games last week. How did we do? How do we feel? Well, I'll tell you what. Mitchell Tree here. I'll stop. Disgusted. I'm just disgusted because I didn't lay down a lot, right? We had no player parlay going last week. We just did the what Mitchell Tree just had the two covers here. We could throw it up there. Disgusted. Didn't work. 1 for 1. Broncos covered. They at least did that. They get the 5.5 cover on there, but the Rams did not. So disgusted there. PT on yours. What do you?
I'm not
Pretty
satisfied about
Pretty disgusted
anything.
too. Yep, nothing to be satisfied. Look at PT. Oh for 2.
0 for 2, and then the
Didn't do
freaking
anything.
Broncos freaking blew it by 3 points.
The ultimate disgust.
That's the ultimate. I mean, I can't believe Sean Payton would do something like that for real.
Oh, rough game there in Denver for Bronco fans, and
God.
we'll have to hit a little bit of that here as before we get to our predictions for the Super Bowl. You see, we just had a kind of disgusting last week, but there's things to be satisfied with as far as I'm concerned. Mitchell Tree's seen two great conference championship games there,
They
and
they were they were they were
they
yeah.
were great games. And well, one game. Let's get into the first one. I mean, we could really break it down. I mean, what do you think? I mean, obviously the final score was 10-7, but it really comes down to. I mean, first of all,
Oh,
the Broncos started good, right? I mean, with a little bit of shakiness with Stidham at the beginning, but once he kind of, a couple bad passes, seems like he shook it off with that nice pass that he threw for that big,
yo.
54 yards down the field. There, beautiful shot that he made,
Then he hit
and that,
Sutton in
and
the
then
end
right after
zone.
that, yep, that's right. He ends up following it right back up with the pass to Sutton. They're up 7-0. Pretty decent
God.
start. Though considering what they were up against, and you got the backup quarterback and all that, so it really looked pretty good. But then obviously, the defense was doing its part, of course, right? It was
Well,
shutting them down. Not a lot's going on for the Patriot offense. And then, of course, I think the big point, like everybody's been talking about, when you go for it on 4th and 1
score.
here early in the
Take the
game.
points.
Yeah, you take the damn points. They didn't do it. They go for it on that crazy 4th down, and not only do I mean, I know we were sitting there, we were both PT and Mitchell Tree, myself here. We were saying the same thing as we're watching the game. I mean, you got to just take
Man,
the points here. I
take
mean,
the points.
go up 10-0, right? But I do see he's going for the gut. He's going for it all. He
Oh,
wanted. I mean,
man.
he wanted to really go put a dagger in him there, going
This
up
fool, he
14
would just
nothing.
went guns a blazing right away.
Went a little too crazy. I think
Man.
Peyton there, he should have been a little bit more, not to be it's not conservative when you can trust what your defense is doing, and you
Right?
already get put some more points on the board, right?
And I didn't know if they had to know that weather was
They knew
coming
the weather
in.
was coming.
They knew the weather
They
was coming
definitely knew
in.
the weather was coming. I mean, they
Ugh.
didn't know exactly what it would do, but the forecast obviously called for the potential of it getting a lot worse as the game went
Yo.
along. You have to take that in consideration. And of course, clearly that was a huge thing. And of course, now right after that, what does that end up leading to? Well,
Two miss.
Stidham ends up making that big mistake though too. And
Oh
remember, in
yeah.
last week when we were talking about the game, when we were breaking it down, I said he
Yo.
doesn't have to do the big things, although I
Right.
think he's capable of doing it. A big play here and there, and he did that early, but he can't make the big mistake. And of course, he did do that also early, and making that big mistake early did also kind of just erased his big play from that he had earlier. So it cost him there because it led to the easy touchdown for the
Yep.
Patriots, and it was basically the only score they got offensively. Yeah, I think you mentioned the field goal right at the end of the half. Both teams basically exchanged missed field goals, so Not a lot was going on.
Nope.
The Patriots, I will mention, coming out of the second half, that dominant drive there, though, to control basically the whole third
The
quarter.
Patriots missed 2 field goals, right?
Yeah, they both missed too. Both teams missed
Well,
too.
we
The
ultimately missed
Broncos,
3 because we should have went
well,
for
they
that
could have went for one
fucking
other
one.
one. Exactly. Had they gone
Fuck.
for one other one, maybe they. But that's the big talk of it. I mean, but
Oh my god.
that was the difference. I mean, really, and then
Yep.
obviously late in the game, when they didn't have much of a chance there, and they chucking it up in the snow, maybe thinking, they do get picked late,
Yep.
and um and they I don't know if they're
Uh,
even before that, should they have kicked the field, should they have even tried that other field goal, should they have just gone for it at that point at 4th and 3 from where they were at, because it was just the
Why
weather
not? The
had to
weather was clear and they went for it before.
yeah, and now you got shitty weather and you're going to try and kick it.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly. So kind of fucked themselves over on that one. And then at the end, great call though, I think, by Josh McDaniels. I'll hand it to him. That bastard who screwed over the Raiders as a head coach, screwed over the Broncos as a head coach.
yep.
But as a play caller, he can do shit like that. He called a great call at that play that basically sealed the deal. I don't know if the Broncos really would have done anything, but I think
I don't think
but the
so.
thing is, if they
No.
could have forced him to another punt, another, hey, man, who knows, a weird
Ex-
snap, a fucking block punt,
Something, the
and he
weather,
slips, anything can happen. Having to not
you
have to do
know.
any more plays after that and having to be able to just kneel on it to close it out, that
Right.
little bootleg call was great. And the fact that it was sold so well, I can't remember what I heard, but I seen something on it after that they were saying that only McDaniels and May even knew that was what the play was. Like the rest of the line actually thought they really were running that to that side, and
Yeah,
it was
right.
kind of like McDaniel saying like, no, just keep it yourself, do the bootleg, and
Yep.
it'll
Take
sell
it.
it best. And
Take it in.
either way, it did sell it, got the first down, sealed the deal. So
Yep.
that was a hell of a first game in the AFC Championship game, and
It
I know it
was.
was disgusting to you, but that
Oh
was a
gosh.
satisfying, just awesome football game. The weather change of it too, looking
Yeah.
how it changed from the early on to the very end, it looked like two completely different games.
Yep.
Um, so
Mm.
that was pretty crazy. And then of course I guess we'll let you jump over the NFC. That one had a lot more excitement going on it. Obviously, much more scoring. It was a close game all the way through, kind of back and forth.
Yeah, it's only won by 4 points.
Yeah, it was a 31-27 there.
Yep.
Seattle
Yep.
won.
31-27.
That one was mostly. I mean, they had a lot of great plays, kind of from both teams. Like I said, going back and forth early, going,
Man.
and took all the way until in the second half there the fumble on that turn, the punt return there, the muffed punt return. That's the difference right there. I mean, I know
Yep.
it almost was. He had done that earlier in the game too. Had muffed one that the Rams had gotten back,
Yep.
um,
That is
and
right.
and so he could have blown it then. I think it was the same guy, uh,
Yeah,
but
it was. I forget his
yeah,
name, but yeah, he was the
but
same
that's
dude.
the second one really that kind of became the difference, because instead of the trade off the way it was going, now they had to kind of do a catch up for a minute. And I don't think there's as much controversy in the play calling in that one. Some people would say they should have been going for two later or whatever. I would only say, from Mitchell Tree's point of view, that late when the Rams did score that late touchdown. I know it was still just 2 minutes left in the third,
There's
so
something like that.
seems a
Yep.
little too early to go for two. But had they, in hindsight, it's always easy. Had you got a 2 point conversion right there, now you're within three. They could have just kicked a field goal after that long drive in the fourth and
Yep.
tied it, instead of having to go for it. But of course, had they not got they would have been in the same situation anyways. So
Exactly.
it really is a moot point, and there was enough time for it to not really be, like, why didn't they go for two, so
Mm,
I don't really see that. I just really see it as that turnover being really the only significant thing
that was it.
in an
Yep.
otherwise really well played game.
Yeah, that
credit
was a good game.
credit to Sam Darnold actually playing, again,
I thought he was
until
gonna
it
blow it
played
like he,
good.
like he always
Yeah,
usually does.
had
But
had been
you
waiting
know,
for him to do it, and he
yep.
once again, he didn't. He played good. That Seattle defense continues to, that the Rams are the
Damn.
only team that can kind of move on them. I mean, not only team, but we've seen them the last two times they played them, anyways,
Right.
at least, that the Rams could move a little, but can't get the win against them. And in the end, the old man Stafford couldn't get
He
it
couldn't
done.
get her done.
We end up now with a Super Bowl matchup that is entirely different than expected. Probably nobody could have expected this at the beginning of the season.
Nah, I don't think
Darnold
so.
and the Seahawks will face the second year man Drake May and the
Man.
Patriots.
Yep.
So pretty crazy.
Well,
Um, nice breakdown on these two teams. I mean, when you break them down, what they're on the season. They're great. I mean, they both
yep,
went 14-3 on the season.
yep,
Seahawks were the number one seed in the NFC. Patriots were the two seed, but that was due to the tiebreaker with the Broncos, who also
yep,
had the 14-3 record. Um, so good. Patriots are 3-0 now in the postseason. They were getting it done, and 2-0 for Seattle. They didn't have to play a wild card. So you're looking at some good teams here in the finals here.
yeah,
Uh, I know as far as Mitchell Tree, these are two teams I've done great picking with all season too. Overall, I went 13-4 with the Patriots picking them in the regular season, and 12-5 picking the Seahawks in the regular season. So I currently actually have 3-0 with the Patriots on the postseason too.
yep,
So I am 16-4 picking Patriot games as of right now. And Seahawks sitting at 13-6 because I did go 1-1 here in the postseason. I remember I thought they were. I did predict them to beat the Niners. Thought it would be a lot closer than that.
yep.
But then I did have them losing there. I thought they would actually lose to the Rams, and they didn't. So as we see that, it makes it, how is Mitchell Tree going to pick it? How is PT going to pick it? We're going to get to it. Um, I think it could be a great game. I think
I,
definitely. What I mean, defensive game for sure.
yep, for sure. Yep,
Um, like I've previously mentioned, obviously you got Darnold, May. It's a different match. Neither of these guys have ever done it before.
man.
These are all new teams. It may be a rematch of Super Bowl 49 from a long time ago, 11 years ago, but it's clearly two
Was it
completely different
49?
teams. Yeah, it was Super Bowl 49.
Yeah.
28-24, the Patriots would win after the worst fucking stupid don't just hand the fucking ball off, you
Oh,
idiot.
yep, that's right.
Throw
Yep,
the ball at
throw the ball in
one and get
for
picked off on,
interception.
yeah,
Good
give it to Marshawn
grief.
Lynch. So, anyways, well, these are completely different teams since then. Obviously, new coaches, new staffs, new fucking basically everything, all
Everything,
players.
yep.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great one. But actually, I'll just tell you right here, Mitchell Tree sees it as the Seahawks are going to win this one. What do you think, PT?
Mr. PT says the same thing. Seahawks. I think Sam Darnold has uh
He's
yeah,
proven
he's
enough
proven.
there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the word. Yeah, he's proven.
He's getting it done.
He's getting it done.
Yeah,
I mean, he's blown it before, but I mean, I think their defense, that offense too, is pretty cool. So,
yeah,
uh yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks.
yeah. I could see that. Yeah, the same way. I think they're clicking right offensively. They're looking pretty good. Just clicking at the right time and everything. And Darnold,
Yup.
not making the mistakes right now. The things that
Right.
you worried about, Woody kind of crushing the pressure. And now this is the biggest game he's ever played in his life. So let's see if he can maintain that.
Right.
But right now, I'd say why not? Why would you not trust in him at this point? Especially because who they're up against with the Patriots. It's hey, they've done great all year too. Credit to this team, credit to Vrabel turning that team around so fast. I mean, holy shit, they went from, soon as Brady was gone, and it was like, okay, Patriots are back to earth. A couple
Yep.
years of shitty teams, and then they
Shitty
were what
teams.
4-13 last year, or whatever. Just
Yep.
so it's like, all right, don't have to worry about them, and then wow, just like that. So a lot of credit for them just turning around like that, and a lot of credit for the young quarterback that made to just be able to play as
Yep.
good as he has in the pressure against some really great defenses.
Yep, he
You
sure
know,
did.
so but in the end, I just think, yeah, I'm with you. I think that Darnold, I think just with a little bit more experience, that team's just a little bit overall, maybe a little better. I think they kind of get that revenge. I know it's not the same teams as all that many years ago, but it's
Right.
a revenge for the city of Seattle for sure to kind of get them back in New England, and I think New England and that team, hey, they may be back and they'll be clearly they showed there'll be something to contend with here in the future. But I don't know if they're quite ready to do it. Seattle kind of surprises more. I mean, I don't know if anybody's seeing them really being that good. That is it's not like even the same type of rebuild either. You're not, Darnold was not even on the team last year. Darnold's a veteran though that the Vikings gave
See,
up on. Who else gave? Everybody
he's
gave
got
up
something to
on.
prove.
He's got a lot to prove, and
Yep.
yep. And I think it should be a really good game. I think it'll be a very defensive battle type of game.
Right.
And so that's where we'll give you one Mitchell Tree here. I'm going to give you what I think is my little take. What I'm going to throw up here. It's not going to be just the one team to win. I'm going to take. I say Seattle will cover this. I got them at 4.5. That's going to keep changing, of
Man.
course, but I got them
Yep.
at 4.5 here. I'm going to take them to cover that, and along with the under. The under at the time, the over under is 45.5. I'm taking the under. So I kept going kind of back and forth on this. I'm like, it's tough, but I see this being a very low scoring game, and I don't think either team's going to score a lot of points, obviously. So that's why it's going to be low scoring, of course. But that I also see that in that low scoring game, there's enough space for the Seahawks to actually win by 6 or 7 points here,
Yeah,
and
I think so.
I think that can happen. Part of me wanted to say maybe the Patriots could keep. They're going to keep this game close, but not that close. It'll be close most of the way down the stretch. Seahawks get it done, and yeah, there's what Mitchell Tree has. You see it up there. Um, PT, what are you going to do? Just go ahead and take
I'm
the
just taking the Seahawks to
Seahawks to
win.
win, so we'll
Yep.
throw that up here too. Okay,
And
so that's you're
they're
gonna have to give 230 here. Seahawks
yep.
PTs have to give 230 on that minus 230, but that's okay. I mean, hey, if they
Yep.
win, they win. It's just a straight bet there, um,
Yep. That's just
and
a
that's
straight
what
bet.
PT's going with there.
They're
Okay,
playing in Frisco, right?
yeah, yeah, Santa Clara,
Why in the hell are the
where this
Patriots the home
where
team?
it's
Seattle's
no
ranked
every no
closer.
no the NFL just rotates every year.
Oh,
It's a
okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
AFC
is right.
gets even
That's right.
years, NFC gets odd years. It just
That's right.
flips back and forth. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's AFC's turn to be the technical home team or
Home
whatever.
team,
So
yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So that's why you see out there on the field, obviously the looks as though the AFC is the home team, the Patriots. They will be wearing. I mean, they have the choice of wearing the home
Yep.
jersey if they choose or whatever. So also one other thing though, I will throw up. Being that I didn't think there was going to be a lot of scoring in this game, I didn't want to do too crazy of a player parlay, throwing in too
Yeah.
many players. So just we'll pop it up here. It's just these two players here. It's a heck of a number. You got one pretty likely to happen.
Yep.
He's your main guy out there. The other guy, hey, maybe not as likely. That's why we slipped that in there and see if that could happen.
Exactly.
So good number there at that plus 740. But again, that's just a little one to throw out there. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring, so I didn't want to do there's 4 or 5 guys to score. There ain't going to be that many scores in the game overall. So I think that's a little bit too much of a risk, but it's all good no matter what. I just really ultimately hope this is going to be an awesome ass Super Bowl, and yeah, hopefully the Seahawks take care of business here in this one.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, they should. I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully. That's what I'm going for.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well, that's how we
yep.
see it going into Super Bowl week here now, finally. So, thank you, idiots, for joining us all these times and tonight and all the different times and up to this point and blah, 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 blue. Hopefully, you'll be here to catch with us on the next one when we see how well we did on this whole Super Bowl, and we'll cap this thing off and show you where it ends and how it
Oh,
finishes.
yeah.
So, but yeah, there you go. There you have it. Till next time, fuck the fuck off.
And if y'all have a problem with gambling, call that motherfucking number, you ass fox.